Hello and welcome to another episode of the Bets on Rap podcast. Live here, I'm in Perth. My co-host Alex Valdez. You can find him at _Alex Valdez on Twitter. He's in LA. We are just joining you guys after this Packers game. The Packers have taken care of business. Total going over. Packers covering the line as well. Kind of predictable. At the same time, I know a lot of people were a bit skeptical on that. So me included, I like the under in this game and just got unlucky with that. So I hope you guys all pulled off a great game. I went 5-2 on my props on Twitter. I know Alex did pretty well as well. So I know he had Devontae Adams' first touchdown in our chat. I don't know. Did you give that out?
No. I decided I didn't have the cojones to add that to the play.
No, it's all good. So obviously, with the Packers moving on to the NFC Championship game, it's probably real football talk. I mean, it's about time Aaron Rodgers probably gets back on top here and tries to get to another Super Bowl. If he loses here, it would be a pretty big blow to him and his overall, I guess, legacy, if you will. What are your thoughts on that just before we get into this?
I was listening to the game. I was listening to the game, and a statement was made of how he's kind of had a career year this late in his career with LaFleur, and I definitely think with everything he has with the weapons on offense, I think he has a really good chance to give it a run in the NFC. And how awesome is it that we get three players, three quarterbacks that we've all grown up on with Drew Brees, Brady, and Aaron Rodgers, and what a way it would be for him to kind of get near the end of his career, getting a victory while those two are still actively playing with him, and the whole records that they keep on interchanging. I know Brees kind of going down gave Brady the lead on those things, but just appreciate the greatness. I do think it would be unfortunate if Aaron Rodgers can't get a second ring on his resume, though.
Yeah, it would be. So wish them all the best of luck going on forward here. So we're going to look at this next game, obviously, because it's coming up soon, and I know you guys are itching. There's 39 minutes before kickoff, and we're going to just dive in here because we've already put the power parlay into effect. We just had Devontae Adams anytime, and we also had Cam Akers over 73 rush yards, 73 and a half.
Yeah.
Both of those have come through. So just to let the viewers know what our power parlay is for this game. On this game, we have, I believe, hang on, just let me pull it up here. We have Lamar Jackson over 79.5 yards rushing. We have J.K. Dobbins over 60.5 yards rushing, and Cole Beasley over 45.5 yards receiving. We're going to get into it now. That we put that in yesterday, so we'll see how much those change, if any, here. So Baltimore right now is paying $2.12 on the money line. The Buffalo Bills paying $1.73. The Ravens are getting 2.5 points. It started out at 3. It moved down to 2.5. I think 3 is probably the right number. I think if you like the Ravens, I mean, you might as well just bet the money line at this point. I don't like taking the points in these situations if you don't believe the team's going to win. So I like taking the Ravens here. I like the Ravens in this spot. I like the Ravens on the money line. It's up to 213. Just went up 1 cent for you. What are your thoughts on this game just as a matchup, as the total in this game is at 49.5 as well?
Yeah, no, I definitely like the Ravens money line. I depending on what side of the Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson train, on who you want to get their second playoff victory, I'm on with the Ravens. I think that rushing attack is really gonna take advantage of this Bills run defense, and I also think that this Ravens team, although the Bills are the the hot team as well. I have a really good feeling about the Ravens, especially with their defense. And I also did lock in the over for this game as well. And so is Connie, Anthony _ Conover. Go ahead and follow him on Twitch. Get this man to affiliate.
Thank you, Anthony Conover, for commenting on Twitch. Like I said, we're all over the place right now. We got a YouTube channel. We're on Twitch. Make sure you guys follow us everywhere you can.
And let me respond to this comment, Michael. I was talking about the NFC playoff race, and Big Ben is in the AFC. That's kind of what I was referring to. But always love for Big Ben, which now I hear he might be coming back. So the AFC North is not safe, Corey.
He can come back all he wants. That's fine. Until they get offensive line, that's another issue.
I know.
But let's get back to the good team in the AFC North, the Baltimore Ravens. And first touchdown scorer. So let's look at this market here. We got J.K. Dobbins at $8.50, Lamar Jackson at 9 to 1, Mark Andrews 12 to 1, Marquise Brown 15 to 1, Gus Edwards 21 to 1, Baltimore defense 36 to 1, Miles Boykin 51 to 1. He's done it before. Can he do it again? Buffalo Bills, they have Josh Allen at 9 to 1, Stephon Diggs at 9.5 to 1. Cole Beasley at 14 to 1, Devin Singletary 14 to 1, Dawson Knox 20 to 1, Gabriel Davis 20 to 1, John Brown 21 to 1. Buffalo defense is at 26 to 1 odds. Isaiah McKenzie, sneaky 41 to 1 odds there. So anything that jumps out to you, first touchdown score? I know Perry put in our chat, Perry Aston, one of our fearless leaders, he put in the chat that he had first touchdown score Mark Andrews. He likes Mark Andrews, and he has Gabriel Davis as well. So Gabriel Davis at 20 to 1 and Mark Andrews at 12 to 1 now. So not bad picks there. So anything that jumps off the page at you for first touchdown score?
Now, I wish I would have seen it, but like I said in the chat when we were locking in our little first touchdown competition, I was doing it in a rush because I was at work. But that Isaiah McKenzie one, I wish I would have put some money on. Am I allowed to put 3 or only get 2?
Yeah, you can still put money on it.
Oh, let me put that in there. I like the Isaiah McKenzie one. I think he's had some sneaky touchdowns over the last couple weeks. And I definitely think the Ravens are going to play it smart and just kind of have somebody on the Diggs and shadow him as well, kind of like what you were saying earlier in the chat about how Bill Belichick would make sure that there'd be more than one guy on Devontae Adams. So I think the Ravens are in that same wavelength. So I would love to. I'm gonna add Isaiah McKenzie right now.
I'm actually adding.
Is it 41 to 1?
Real life dollars, yeah, 41 to 1. I put 5 on that, 5 on Miles Boykin as well, just as a sneaky dart throw. As for anytime touchdown scores, we got Dobbins at $2.10. We got Lamar Jackson $2.10. Mark Andrews $2.70. Marquise Brown $3.10. Gus Edwards at $4.20. Baltimore defense 7 to 1. Miles Boykin at 9 to 1 anytime. And we got Willie Snead at $7.50. On the Buffalo side of things, we got Josh Allen at $2.10. Stephon Diggs $2.25. Devin Singletary $3. Cole Beasley at $3.40, Dawson Knox at $4.33, Gabriel Davis $4.33, John Brown $4.33. Oh man, Lee Smith, no Lee Smith, a little Lee Smith action at 15 to 1. No,
yeah.
He's a big boy.
I'm cool on that one.
Yeah, that's fine. To look at the props here, we got quarterback props. We got Lamar Jackson at 189.5 yards passing. Josh Allen's at 296.5 yards passing. Lamar Jackson to throw 2 touchdowns is paying $2. Josh Allen to throw 3 touchdowns is paying $2.29. Josh Allen passing and rushing is at 349.5, and Lamar Jackson's at 280.5 yards passing and rushing. Anything that jumps out there? I mean, Josh Allen to throw an interception is paying $1.87, and Lamar Jackson to throw an interception is paying $2.10. So that's very interesting. I think the prediction there is that the Ravens are just going to run the ball a ton in this game.
Yeah, those were my thoughts as well, which is why I had the Lamar Jackson rush yards and the J.K. Dobbins rush yards. I did like Cole Beasley's at 45.5, as well as Gabriel Davis at 25.5. He's actually been somewhat more involved in the offense the last couple of weeks, so I definitely see the 26 yards being kind of I don't want to say gimme in gambling, but a very nice opportunity to make some money there with Gabriel Davis.
Yeah, Gabriel Davis kind of reminds me of like the NVS prop from this past game. Like, it's super low. There's there's upside to it. I think he can get it in one catch. So I think that's not a bad take there. Rushing props, Lamar Jackson still at 79.5, but the juice has kind of left. It's at $1.79 for the over, $1.99 on the under. Dobbins is still at 60.5, but like I said, once again, it's been bet down. It's at $1.74 for the over. Devin Singletary's at 46.5. Gus Edwards is sneaky. I think he's going to get involved as well. So he's at 37.5. I don't mind taking that at all. Might actually throw him in a little same game I'm going to do right now. Gus Edwards over 37.5 yards rushing. Josh Allen's at 42.5 yards rushing. I think that's a bit high, but at the same time, it's something I really don't want to bet because I know the Ravens are going to blitz crap out of him. He's done very well against the blitz this year, so it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. Dobbins rushing and receiving is at 68.5. Devin Singletary's at 66.5. And we talked about Lamar Jackson combo market already. Marquise Brown, he's at 56.5 yards receiving. Mark Andrews is at 57.5 yards receiving. Diggs is at 92.5. And the over is paying $2.02. So Don Martindale, some head coach talk, not enough in my opinion. Will have his work cut out with dealing with Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen in his offense. Cole Beasley's at 49.5 now. So luckily we got it when we did. J.K. Dobbins at 6.5 yards receiving. Gus Edwards at 7.5 yards receiving. Miles Boykin at 8.5 yards receiving. That's really low. Even if he gets one catch, I feel like it's going to be more than 8.5 yards. Willie Snead's at 23.5. Now that's interesting as well, just because he's that bailout guy for this Ravens offense. If this Ravens offense finds like any problems running the ball and they can't get the ball like Marquise Brown and Mark Andrews, Willie Snead's going to be the beneficiary. I think he probably gets like 3 or 4 catches in this game. So his total receptions at 2.5. So I really like that. Over 2.5 catches for Willie Snead is it paying $2.31. Devin Singletary receiving is at 18.5. We've done that the last couple weeks and it's been scary every single time. It's
huge sweat.
It's a huge sweat. I like it around 14.5. I don't know about 18.5. He probably does come through because he's the running back now. I think they did sign Devontae Freeman. I don't know if he's active though. Dawson Knox at 25.5. That's also a sweat. John Brown 43.5 yards receiving. Gabriel Davis at 25.5. Des Bryant at 0.5 yards.
Wait, what?
Des is at 0.5. Do I take the over?
Wait, really?
Is Des going to get catch?
0.5?
Yes, 0.5. That's what I have right here.
Hold on, I gotta see it for myself. There's no way.
$2.15.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I have to see it for myself. Hold on. This is insane.
Is he active?
0.5. Oh my god. That is yeah, let me look if he is active because that's insane. What has he been doing lately? Let's see, Des Bryant.
Mark Ingram's inactive.
Oh wow. Let's see. In the last 3 weeks, Des Bryant has 8 yards, and they're all in week 16.
So you think he doesn't get a catch then?
I would put some money on this.
I'm just gonna throw him in. It's 0.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually throw some money in.
I got Miles Boykin and Des Bryant in here right now, so it is what it is. Total receptions wise, we got Mark Andrews at
Oh,
4.5.
of course, in one of my books, he's not there.
Of course, classic. Diggs at 7.5 catches. Cole Beasley at 4.5. Dawson Knox 2.5. John Brown at 3.5. Gabriel Davis 2.5. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We got defensive props. I don't really mess with these. I don't know if you've ever tried. I got Tre'Davious White tackles and assists. Those are always fun. Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, Tremaine Edmonds. Yeah, I'm staying away from that. What's up? Are you raising your hand?
I put no. I'm saying I put $5 on a Marlon Humphrey interception. He hasn't had one since week 1. Let's go.
I don't have that market.
Don't
interception market.
Yeah, if he hits that, if he gets an interception, I win $400. So that's why I just put a little $5 on it.
You're just like, I'll do that. Man. All right, so I mean, is there anything else that stands out in this game before we move on?
I think we've highlighted the ones the worth throwing some dollars at.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just think it's going to be a very interesting game. I think it's going to be probably it might be the game of the week, depending on how that Bucks Saints game goes. That we'll talk about in a second. But yeah, I think it could be, a really good game, and it really could go either way here. So gonna lock in my same gamer on there. Boom, done. So I just put in 30-1 odds. Gus Edwards over 37.5. Miles Boykin over 8.5 yards receiving. Des Bryant over a half yard receiving. Lamar Jackson over 79.5 yards rushing. Baltimore to win, and over 48.5. So there you go. All right.
Look how they're doing Dez, man.
Yeah, it's messed up. Hopefully he gets a catch, though. I'll be like, that makes sense. The next game we're going to look at is the Cleveland Browns and the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, this looks like a mismatch all up and down the score sheet here. The Browns are paying $4.75 on the money line. Kansas City Chiefs are paying $1.19. The Chiefs are 9.5-point favorites in this game. The total is at 57. Wow. What do you like about this game as we go into it?
Yeah, I like the Chiefs to cover, and it's tough because the Chiefs haven't been the most reliable against the spread this season. I think they're like 7-9 in the regular season. Yeah, but I like the under when it was at 52 yesterday, so I'm gonna have to jump on the under 57. The Chiefs defense has this knack of coming through, and I'm gonna roll the dice and hope that the Chiefs can contain Chubb and Hunt and Jarvis, of course, but keep them out of the end zone. So I'm rolling with the under 57.
I get why you would do that, but 57's high. It's been steamed up, obviously. I don't think there's no way. I don't know if you can check, but
it was at 52 last night when I checked.
Yeah, well, there you go. So the play is under. You can't possibly take the over at this point. It's been steamed up by the public or by someone up to 57. That's too high.
It was Corey.
Yeah, it was me. I put like 80 grand on the over. It's probably not. That wouldn't even be enough to move it.
Yes.
I put like 80 million on the over. So. Yeah, we're staying away from the total. And if you're going to go anywhere, you go under. The Chiefs' money line seems like the smart play. It's only $1.19 now. I mean, you could potentially get this down to tease it down to 4.5, 6, 3.5 maybe. But I mean, might as well do 4.5 and then add 6 to like the Ravens. Give the Ravens 8.5. That wouldn't be bad, or give the Bucks 9. It's not a bad idea either. So, maybe something like that where you take 6 points from the Chiefs, add it to little 6-point teas, add it to the Ravens, get 8.5, or you can add to the Bucks and get 9. So +9 for the Bucks there. So player props wise with this Chiefs game, I mean, I was early on the bet everyone Chiefs related in a passing game. So Kelsey's all the way up to 93.5 now. I believe I got a 87.5. So I'm just going to double check, see what I got it at early in the week. 86.5.
I got at 80. Last night I got at 89.5.
Right. So it's moving. I'm glad I was early on that. It was 86.5. Also have Tyreek Hill at 82.5. Let's see what he's at the moment. Tyreek Hill is at 82.5 still. So value now is on Hill at 82.5. I'd still take that, obviously. There's quarterback props wise, Patrick Mahomes at 320.5 yards passing. I would go over. I think he's just going to show out in this game. I think he could have 400 yards passing in this game. Cleveland's defense, specifically their secondary, has not been good all season long. They're one of the worst secondaries in the league. For that reason, I would go with the over with Mahomes, 320.5 yards passing. Passing TDs, Mahomes is at 2.5. The over is paying $1.82. And Baker Mayfield's at 1.5 touchdowns, and the over is paying $1.68. Baker Mayfield's yards at 260.5. So just in case you're wondering. Rushing wise, we got Mahomes at 19.5, Chubb at 70.5, Mayfield at 13.5, Kareem Hunt at 32.5, Chubb at 15.5 attempts, Kareem Hunt at 7.5 attempts. And rushing receiving for Nick Chubb's at 87.5, Kareem Hunt's at 51.5. I do like Kareem Hunt over 32.5 yards rushing. Is there anything that pops out for you on those?
For this game,
your
like
boy,
no.
Your boy right now. Christian.
Got some salsa more. Hey, Christian, maybe you should work on your spelling. Ethic? Come on, bro. Moore Park. Tell Corey, I'm sorry, I just got his message. Moore Park Country Club props. Yeah. Let's see. Boy, I'm slammed. Oh, exactly like the Rams. Enjoy.
Jalen Ramsey on skates. Oh.
Ooh, Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald just falling apart. Well, they didn't really fall apart, but still. But I liked your Kelsey and Hill.
We got to deal with these trolls right now.
Hey, Christian. Neither one of our teams are going to win a Super Bowl this year, which means it doesn't matter. So work on your golf swing and your betting picks. I like Jarvis Landry over 60.5. I think, in tandem with Nick Chubb over 70.5. I think the Browns are still going to have some balance on offense. So I think, Chubb and Landry should hit 3 playoff wins in a decade. Christian, you haven't even been a fan of the Rams for a decade. So maybe you should, work on your fandom instead of, trying to judge somebody else. So yeah. How many Super Bowls do you guys got? Exactly. And I mean recently.
All right.
Christian, I'm 2 years older than you. No judging here. That's all you do on every podcast you're on. Dodgers, Lakers. Yeah, I love that. Oh man. All right. Yeah, no, but Chubb and Landry are to me like the ones that I really liked.
Yeah.
Love you too, Christian. But in turn, those are the ones that I would say, like, I would definitely recommend to put some money on. There was some other ones like Mahomes to throw 3 touchdowns. That I like it. I not enough to like post it as like, hey, like it's one of my quote unquote like loves for this game. But I do like Mahomes passing touchdowns against the secondary.
Yeah, I definitely do. I agree wholeheartedly on that. I think the Browns' path to victory here is to, obviously run the ball and try to keep Mahomes off the field as much as possible. But the Chiefs just can score so quickly, and Andy Reid's, his ability to put his team in the best place to win, especially after like a long break like we've had, basically a bye week for them. Well, it is a bye week for them. Is just incredible. His record after a bye has been well documented, and I just don't see how the Chiefs lose this game. And I don't think it's close. I think if you want to bet some of those, big win kind of markets like Chiefs 14 plus is paying $2.23 on my book. There's also like I don't know if your book has the margin markets, which is even
margin.
more like how much they win by like. So I got like Chiefs 1 to 10.
One of the books I have,
Chiefs
that like
20. Like Chiefs 21 to 30 is paying $5.50. That's pretty tempting. Chiefs 31 to 40 is paying $11. That's funny.
Oh my gosh!
So
I might do that just for fun.
Cleveland Browns upset 31 to 40. Let's blow them out 151.
Oh my! That would be insane.
Oh, but yeah, for sure. I like the Chiefs in that one. And we're gonna move on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. The Bucs are paying $2.28 on the money line. The Saints paying $1.63. The Saints are giving 3 points to the Bucs, and this line has not moved. It's been pretty solid this whole time. So I don't know, where the money's been going, but I feel like the public's going to come in late on Tampa Bay, but it doesn't look like it's happened yet. So we'll see what happens with that. I like the Saints -3. I know it's hard to beat three times. Kind of going against my boy Brady, but kind of a Saints homer when it comes to it in the NFC. So I think these two teams are at very different places. Like the Saints have to win. They have to win this game. Like after the season, it's over. Like it's rebuild time. They're like $90 million under the cap. Drew Brees is not. He's going to retire. It's new everything after this year. So this team, as it's created, is it. I think that probably adds a little bit of pressure to this team. But as a player, you don't really think about that. Going to this game, you're not thinking about, this might be the last time we ever play together. Like that's not what they're thinking about. Drew Brees might be thinking about that a little bit because he's going to, he's going to be done and dusted. But all
you don't think it's on their mind?
I don't know, man. I don't really think about it like that. Like once you're in it, like maybe before the game, but like once you're playing, you're not really thinking about it. I mean, you're not thinking like you don't go out there like on second and
maybe,
4. You're like, man, this might be the last play of the season.
Maybe it's only because I just heard the audio from when Big Ben was talking to Marquise and he was saying like how he felt bad about it. So it sounds like Marquise had already told the team that he was going to retire this year, and like Big Ben felt like he felt guilty about it. He's like, yeah, I feel worse for you than it does for me. So. I mean, right. I could see like Alvin or Mike or like Mike Thomas, like those players have those thoughts because they're so close with Breeze, at least offensively,
Is Mike Thomas close with Breeze?
By the way, the guy that Mike Thomas fought is the same guy that 2 Bears players have swung at. So this guy's not a fun guy from what it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. What's his name? He's
Gardner Johnson or something?
Yeah, Gardner Johnson. I heard Peter Schrager was talking about him. They said basically he's the Patrick Beverly of the NFL. They said that he's the Patrick Beverly. He's the biggest instigator of all time. So I think that the matchup here, like the Bucs are playing with house money. No one expected the Bucks to get to the Super Bowl, really. Obviously there was a bunch of stands out there that did, but as for like experts and things like that, no one expected the Bucks to they're just playing with house money. Like Brady's coming back next year. This whole team is probably pretty sure it's going to come back fairly similar. I mean, Evans coming back. Godwin's in a contract year, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with him. But I mean, they can bring on Antonio Brown back. He's on a 1-year deal. Like they can still keep this team in most of its parts together. But the Saints are in an entirely different spot. So I like the Saints in this spot, and the total in this game is at 52, and I kind of like the over. I think it becomes a little bit of a shootout. So as for props wise, we got Drew Brees at 275.5 yards passing. Tom Brady's at 305.5. We like the over. We talked about this before the pod. We like the over on Tom Brady. Passing touchdowns, Drew Brees over 2.5 is paying $2.75. Tom Brady over 2.5 is paying $2.66. Very interesting with those because I kind of like both of those. But rushing props wise, we got Alvin Kamara at 60.5. Alvin Kamara at 14.5 yard rush attempts, and Alvin Kamara rushing and receiving is at 102.5. I don't have Bucks rushing props at the moment. I don't know if that's Rojo Fournette thing. What's going on there? So that's interesting. Michael Thomas is at 76.5 yards receiving. Emmanuel Sanders at 42.5. Mike Evans at 65.5. He's my guy, but this is a bad matchup for Mike Evans. Stay away. Chris Godwin at 69.5 yards receiving. Antonio Brown at 55.5. Alvin Kamara at 38.5. Jared Cook at 31.5. That's moved up a yard and a half. Rob Gronkowski's at 29.5. Cameron Brate 22.5. Scotty Miller at 6.5 yards receiving. We have that in the power parlay. Oh no, do we have it in the power parlay? No, we might.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, I think we do. We do. Mike Evans at 4.5 catches. Godwin at 5.5 catches. Antonio Brown 4.5 catches. Rob Gronkowski 2.5. Alvin Kamara at 4.5. Michael Thomas 6.5. I think that's an over. Emmanuel Sanders at 3.5. Jared Cook at 2.5. That's an over. Scotty Miller at 0.5. Cameron Brate at 1.5. Anything else that jumps out to you there? I know we like Jared Cook. I like Michael Thomas in this game, and I don't like Mike Evans as much. So I would probably divert to Godwin or Antonio Brown in this one.
Yeah, I liked Tom Brady's over on pass yards, and I know it is kind of a, like you said, bad matchup for Mike Evans, but I do think he does come through. I think Chris Godwin does as well. I feel like those two guys are like
Lattimore. They have a beef. They have a beef. Lattimore and Evans.
I know. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what happens. But I don't know.
Won the matchup.
I know, but he has Tom Brady on his side, so I'm gonna put the money on Brady. Which, by the way, I have the Bucks money line. So rolling with that, and I do like the. Ooh, yeah, we'll be going head to head on that one. The Scotty Miller one at 6.5. I was kind of surprised that it was at that mark, considering like he's had over that almost he has about a catch a game. So, I thought it was going to be totally fine for like to just throw some money on that one. But Jared Cook is like a sneaky guy too at that 30.5 mark.
Yeah, it definitely is. And, Jared Cook, especially with Brees on the field, I don't have a problem taking the over with him. Anytime touchdowns, we got Fournette at 220, Ronald Jones at 220, Godwin at 250, Evans 270, Antonio Brown 288. For the Saints, we got Kamara at $1.53, Michael Thomas 220, Jared Cook 330, Latavius Murray 330, Taysom Hill 330, Emmanuel Sanders 360, Deontay Harris $5, and some other guys that probably aren't going to score. Drew Brees at 13-1, Tom Brady at 750-1. Those are interesting little QB sneaks. They both love QB sneaks at the goal line, so that's possible. I like Taysom Hill, $3.30. Everyone hates Taysom Hill, so I get that. But Um, those are the ones I like for anytime touchdowns. First touchdown scores, though, I think it'll be interesting. I think I'm looking at probably like a guy like Jared Cook at 15-1, Taysom Hill's at 17-1. Those are probably Saints I like. I mean, obviously the obvious choices are Kamara at 550, Michael Thomas at 10. For the Bucs, though, it's pretty spread out. So we got Fournette at 10, Ronald Jones at 10, Godwin at 12, Evans at 12, Antonio Brown at 14, Gronk at 15. Bunch of guys that aren't going to score, like Keyshawn Vaughn and LaShawn McCoy. Cameron Brate, 41-1. Tom Brady, 41-1. Scotty Miller, 56-1. And that's, I think Scotty Miller is not a bad choice. Like if it's just like a bomb, like, you know, they come out, they do some kind of little double move. Scotty Miller, you know, catches his one ball, you know, 45 yards touchdown on the first series. I could see that happening, something like that. So, what are your thoughts on first touchdowns?
You want to put some money on little Jordan Humphrey for 50-1?
Little Jordan, he's 61-1 in my book. And
oh wow,
Drew Brees is at 71-1. I'd rather take Drew Brees at 71-1.
Yeah, no, that's definitely more likely. For the first touchdowns, I mean, I would say Gronk or Mike Evans or Mike Thomas. I know those are like the gimme ones, but like those are the ones where I think realistically we're going to see these two veteran quarterbacks lean on their safety blankets out on the field.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think we talked about touchdown market. Did we talk about touchdown markets in the Chiefs game?
No, we didn't.
So in that game, anytime touchdowns, we got Nick Chubb at $1.83, Kareem Hunt $2.50, Jarvis Landry $3.10, Austin Hooper $3.30, Rashard Higgins $4.33, Mayfield $6, Joku $6, Bryant $6, Cleveland D at 7-1, Donovan Peoples-Jones at 9-1, and a bunch of other guys that no one's heard of. For the Chiefs, it's Kelsey $1.67, Tyreek Hill $1.67, Clyde Edwards-Helaire $2, Darrell Williams $2.63, Le'Veon Bell $2.63, Demarcus Robinson $3, Nicole Harmon $3.25, Mahomes $3.60, Chiefs D $5.50, Byron Pringle $7, Darwin Thompson $9.50, Ricky Seals-Jones $12, and Anthony Sherman at 21-1. I liked Kelsey at $1.67. It's not fun. $1.67, and you might as well just be like, yeah, not play it, then play it. But I think he definitely scores in this game. You could always do like
yeah, I would say it's kind of like my Devontae prop. Like you know it's going to happen, but it's not the most fruitful of bets.
Kelsey to score 2 touchdowns is paying 4-1, and I'd probably do that before I went single. Just side note on that. So first touchdown, Chubb's at 950, Kareem Hunt 14-1, Austin Hooper 18-1, Jarvis Landry 18-1, Rashard Higgins 26-1, Mayfield 36-1, Joku 36-1. On the Chiefs side, it's Tyreek Hill 7-1, Kelsey 750-1, Clyde Edwards-Helaire 950, Darrell Williams 14-1, Le'Veon Bell 14-1, Demarcus Robinson 15-1, McCole Hardman 17-1, Mahomes 20-1, and Chiefs D at 26-1. I probably will bet Demarcus Robinson at 15-1. McCole?
My boy McCole.
I'm out on McCole. McCole just had such a disappointing.
Don't hate on McCole, bro.
He had such a disappointing season. I mean, I'll go Byron Pringle before. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I thought he'd be so much better.
Yeah, it's.
Oh wow, bold.
What was that?
I said, damn, bold. Ooh, should we do Darwin Thompson first touchdown?
Where's anytime on tab on my bookie? Can you look it up?
All right, here. Christian,
should be touchdown. It should be touchdown score props.
Let me actually go to my bookie and just show him real quick.
Just for you, Christian.
Sure,
we'll stop the show and we'll show you where you can get it.
So you go to Sportsbook, And if you're doing it from your mobile, you will have to you'll have to go to the featured bets tab. But basically, go into prop builder, and then
Great
great, my
content.
Wi-Fi. I know, this is amazing, riveting content. Really groundbreaking information here for everybody. Of course,
this is all for you, Christian. Don't say we never did anything for you.
You know what? My Wi-Fi might not be the most. Look at that! Look, this is terrible.
LA problems right now.
I know, seriously. No, I'm actually using Corey's Wi-Fi right now.
Yeah, you're probably using mine. I mean, my kids are talking it up, video chatting and everything right now. And you can't even.
How old are your kids?
8 and 6.
Who are they video chatting with?
They're friends. Can they not talk to their friends?
I don't know. I think it's so weird that I just, maybe it's just the older person in me.
Thanks, Grandpa Valdez.
And you're older than me too, which is even funnier.
Who are they chatting to? Their parents on the phone.
They're on the phone. They're on the phone with your wife. They're FaceTiming from the other room.
Oh man. So Christian, we'll help you out. We'll get you to that. We'll get you to that prop eventually. Also, I mean, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the NFL side of things. This Ravens game is just kicking off right now, and they return it for a touchdown. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. We're not touchback. Ravens will start.
Jackson's going to score the first touchdown. Don't worry.
Ravens are starting with the ball. The first pass needs to go to Dez Bryant. That's all I'm saying. And then they just need to throw.
Oh God! I just saw a Bills fan tweet. Lamar should have been a running back. Jackson has a nice ring to it. I'm bookmarking this.
Bookmark it. We're gonna keep all the receipts.
I'll be back.
Just like they did all week for me.
Corey, I have a couple Josh Allen tweets that I was involved in that I have them bookmarked in case Ravens and Lamar secure this victory. I'm going to pull that tweet out so fast. Not even a second. Oh, let me turn the game on myself.
Oh. I mean, we might have to go live after this to do this game. But a big run.
Oh, is it good already? Oh man.
Big run by my boy. Gus. That's Gus. Gus Edwards.
Gus the bus? He's not the real bus.
He's not the real bus, but he's the mini bus.
The mini bus.
Gus,
I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not in the business of getting us canceled.
Yeah, don't get us canceled. Cancel culture is real. All right.
It is.
Not canceled. So yeah, just looking at this, Gus Edwards just running all over the Bills right now.
Love to see
back to back huge gains. So Gus Edwards over. Hope you guys lock that in because that's going over. That's a win. I didn't even get to tweet out because God damn it. All right. Anyway.
Now you said it live on the show, so
yeah, I said it live on the show. It counts. All right. So there you go. Also, so let's talk about NBA just quickly and about some players that we really like betting on because I think especially with the prop market, we tweet out our plays pretty every day religiously. They're out, and there are certain players that I tend to look at and I'm like, I'm going back to the well on this guy. I'm going back to the well on this guy. And it's a long season, and I feel like I should try to mix it up every once in a while, but at the same time, I'm trying to make money. And, there's certain guys that I will bet on, and there's certain guys that I will not. Who are some of your favorites to wager on in the NBA player prop markets?
Definitely Jeremy Grant before they started kind of fixing his line. he didn't hit it in his first game and the most recent game, but his point market has just been phenomenal. Literally, for the most part, no sweat except this last one. They had it at 22.5 and he had 22, so they finally fixed the line. Keldon Johnson for the Spurs, even though he did have a little bit of a cold run for 2-3 games, he's back on track. Christian Wood points was also one that was a little high, or you felt it was a little high, but he was securing that. And then shout out to Trae Young for his totals under.
Gross.
It's been those ones are so fun. Like yesterday, it was at 40.5. He had like 15 total. It was the best.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, those are like a few of them. Shake Milton, as long as Seth Curry is out, Shake Milton points is like for the most part easy money.
Yeah, so you named a few there. Obviously, I've been on Joe Harris all year long for the Brooklyn Nets, and I'm going to stay with him as Lamar Jackson breaks another decent run there, 8 yards there. Joe Harris is someone I've been targeting on the Nets. Like every single team, I probably have like one or two guys. And with the Hornets, it was Hayward for a while, but he's banged up now. I'm on Rozier today. But LaMelo Ball assists and rebounds, keep an eye on that market. If it's around 6.5, 7.5, I would lean to the over. He's been really doing a really good job of rebounding and passing the ball. Ben Simmons rebounds is interesting, especially when Embiid's not playing. He talks about Jeremy Grant. He's been an absolute bucket. DeAndre Hunter for the Hawks has been very good. And Clint Capella, I think he's been a secret that people just aren't betting on. Rebounds, points, that guy's been a monster. Julius Randle's been a monster all season long. Obviously, these guys that have, there's a guy named Dwayne Bacon for Orlando who's been playing well lately. James Harden assists has been money in the bank this year. His points have not. So you tweeted out, you put me in a tweet yesterday about Giannis's rebounds, and he's 12-0 on the under this year, which is crazy. He just hasn't been rebounding the ball very well. And so keep that in mind as well. So looking at, every single team, I feel like I have one or two go-to plays. Kyle Lowry rebounds has been absolutely money in the bank. Marcus
I feel like
Smart,
you're forgetting to mention one of your best theories for this year that was from last year as well.
Yeah, man. This is guaranteed. Well, I'm not going to say guaranteed, but I would say 75% of the time it has hit. It is the center versus Nikola Jokic. I think it has only failed 3 times this year. How many times has what's Denver's record right now? Like it's record.
Denver.
They're 6-6. So they played 12 games. I believe
So
it
90,
only
93.
3 times. Every other time it has come through. So bet the center versus Nikola Jokic. I bet some sketchy ass centers during this time as well, like Naz Reid that came through. The last time he played was a couple days ago against Wiseman. Wiseman's total was at 9.5. Wiseman scored 14 points in that game. Nikola Jokic doesn't play any defense. Usually the center is not usually a high focal point in the offense anyway, when, in the NBA period. So definitely take a look at that as the Ravens go for it on 4th and 1. And it looks like they might be short, or there's a penalty. Is there a false start before that?
Let me see. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Let's go, Bills.
So automatic first down for the Ravens.
Let's go,
They're going to get in the red zone here. Are pretty close. They're going to be at 25. So that being said, Jokic, whoever he's playing against, just bet the over points and thank me later. Any other things you want to talk about with NBA props going forward?
Malik Beasley especially with the unfortunate news of Karl Anthony Towns having COVID. Now that continues to give him shots. He's been pretty money on his points.
Yeah, and you mentioned Malik Beasley, and I would just, as Lamar Jackson takes a huge sack.
Oh, God. Sorry.
With D'Angelo Russell, when Towns is playing, just bet his over assists. It's at 6.5 usually. I don't like it as much when he's not playing, just because I think Towns just gives him like 3 assists a game easily. I do think he's capable of getting it still, but I like it more when Towns is playing. So that being said, those are a few of the ones that we like. Like I said, I have 1 or 2 guys I really like every single game. Matchups does play into it. Like Malcolm Brogdon, he's one of my favorites, especially assist market. He's been a bucket. Sabonis rebounds has been absolutely stellar all year so far, too. So, like I said, there's a few in there. Try not to get bogged down too much with those. When the matchup says otherwise, you probably should. That's when you should fade. But for the most part, those are a couple or a few.
The prop man Corey himself right there.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
All right.
Is that Dez?
More. What?
Was that Dez?
Wait.
88?
Hold on. Oh my gosh, that might be the easiest bet ever.
That was just like an 8-yard gain over the middle. Please tell me that was Dez.
I can't see. Oh, that was Willie Snead.
No, it wasn't Willie Snead.
It wasn't? No, it wasn't. Hold on. Why is it not updating? Hold on. I'm sorry. Let me just. By the way, I do have our hockey scores up right now. Nothing there yet. Let's see.
Justin Tucker just missed a field goal.
Oh no, that's a very. Oh God. You know over 1,000 tables were just broken after that missed field goal.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good for the Ravens, that's for sure. I'm pretty sure that was Dez, by the way. That had to be Dez.
If that's Dez, I'm gonna be so happy. I put $20 on that, which is.
It was like $2.30 or something.
It was Boykin.
Was it?
It was Boykin. Yeah, 11 yards. So his over reception hit already, right? Over yards.
Over 8.5 yards.
Oh, nice.
Boom.
There you go.
Give it out here. You're welcome.
Not even a sweat.
Not even a sweat. Just Boykin. Boom. Over. So I think obviously we have a little bit of an NHL trend we're looking at as well. We've really gotten into NHL just started this week, so with hockey, we're looking at betting live overs, especially in the third period, start of the third period, especially in games that are tied. But I do think like there was Colorado last night; they were up 4-0. Start of the third quarter, and I think it finished 7-0. So ridiculous. So I think it's just high.
Yeah, it was something
game.
Crazy. I kept on getting updates for it.
We need to somehow chart these and find a way because like Montreal right now is winning 4-0 in the second period, and the total is at 6.5. The over is paying $1.60 though, so I would get away from that one because it's just not the value you need for 3 more goals. But like this Rangers game, it's 3-0 Rangers right now against the Islanders. The over's 5.5. And it was $2, but now it's just suspended for some reason. So I don't know what's going on there. Red Wings, Carolina, it's 1-0. Like those are too low scoring. I'd stay away from those ones. Maple Leafs in Ottawa right now is 2-1. Maple Leafs, the over's 6.5. The over's paying $2.10. Like that's an interesting one. We'll see where it's at the end of the third or end of the second. But those are the games that we're kind of looking at. So definitely when third period begins and it's a tie game, it's like 2-2 or 3-3. Betting the overs on those lines. So far, Alex, I believe you are 2-1 on those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
that's correct.
Yeah. So keep that in mind going forward with NHL. Been keeping an eye on these totals because I've been loving the overs so far. And I think we've only been stung with a couple unders, a few unders so far in the NHL season. So it'll be definitely interesting to see how that all plays out. But that will do it for us here at the Bets on Wrap podcast. You guys enjoy the game. Hopefully all your props come through as Stefan Diggs catches the ball there. I really hope you guys enjoy the show. Make sure you follow us on all our social platforms. We got Instagram, we got YouTube, we got Twitch. Check out Sportscast when you get a chance. Shout out to our sponsors, RxHemp.com. Use the code RxHemp-USN to get 10% off your entire order. Can't stress that enough, guys. You got aches and pains. It's a good remedy for that. Soreness, general soreness, everything. So check those guys out. And make sure you check out mybookie.ag today and use promo code USN100 for a 100% sign-up bonus and $15 cash to start your betting, start your winning in the NFL playoffs here, and everything else. If you want to bet on horses, if you want to play blackjack, you can do that on there too. So they have everything. They got casino, they have sportsbook, everything. So check that out, and yeah, we'll go from there. Alex, you got anything to plug?
All right, later, man.
All right, you out. All right, peace out.
Hard count. Yeah, we could be out later, guys.